I've been a pastor in the Durban area and had a big concern for the work. Nothing much was done for the people of color. Being one that was very much involved in doing harvest-in gathering, as it was called in those days, fundraising for the benefit of the organization to improve their social welfare work. And I happened to give myself as a minister 3 months in a year to travel right around South Africa to the businesses and the farms, soliciting funds on behalf of the Seventh-day Adventist Welfare Service. But each time you went, the question would be asked, what are you doing for our people? And it was my pride and joy to tell them all the welfare work that was done on the South Coast. I became like a kind of a rebel in the early days because I had a question that the organization couldn't help me answer. Why? No facilities. As a pastor, pastoring all the churches in Durban, I encouraged each member to go and solicit funds on behalf of the organization. And plus myself as an Adventist pastor, I went out physically, leaving home and family for 3 months in a year to do harvesting gathering. They had a plan that somewhere in the South Coast, they are going to open up a place for me to do some kind of welfare work. And my wife and I were assigned the responsibility. And we took it on, not knowing the place, no friends, not knowing what the future was going to unfold. But we started a program in Marburg with the help of the people of the library in Marburg, who afforded me a small little room to bring the elderly for some tea and snacks and a few little inspirational talks to encourage them. That's where it all began. And soon we had to find transport to bring the elderly. There was a lot of prejudice amongst the Hindu people that me, being a Seventh-day Adventist pastor, would brainwash people of the Hindu culture. But after some months going by, they discovered that Seventh-day Adventists were very friendly and hospitable, loving and caring lot of people. And thereby started a networking with businesses and professional people from the different government departments, which helped me to begin a constructive work amongst the elderly. And it is during this time we applied to the old House of Delegates funding to build a facility so that we can conduct a program for the elderly. And it so happened when the governments changed hands, before they changed hands, a site was found and money was allocated to build a service center for 2.2 million by the Department of Housing and Social Welfare. Within 3 months there was a building put up, but to run the program, all the promises made were shut down when the new system came into place. Thereafter, my wife and I saw God's hand of miracles, opening doors in various ways to build up the program and partnering with the business and the communities of Port Shepstone. We have been running a program for the last 35 years, being only one of the centers that renders a multi-faceted program, caring for the communities in the poorest rural areas. And we've also, by the grace of God, started work in these rural communities. This entailed us moving from Marburg to a radius of 30 kilometers from Port Shepstone to render services to those communities. And we are still busy doing it. And there's still so much more that we can do with the program that is brought about so much of poverty and so much of pain and suffering through the pandemic that has struck the country. It makes it more that we ought to service our program. But with a question mark, how do we do it with the lack of resources? And we are just looking to God and the present administration, people around, to help us to move forward from strength to strength. We would love to do more, but we are waiting patiently to carry the work through. I've spent 35 years. I've retired 10 times, and it is very difficult to find somebody from the corporate world to come in and carry the program through. I am now 86 years old. I am still in the front line. I've now, because of the lack of resources, funding, I've taken on the responsibility of the landscaping and the maintenance and the staff issues, and just helping to create an awareness that we desperately need funding to expand our program in feeding the hungry. My vision is that we need the younger generation to step in, who have the vigor and vitality, and open up new doors with the advantage of the electronics and the new systems that are in place that can render more efficient and effective service and be able to meet the demands that are growing. I'm very happy to let you know that my wife, who is now late, has been my partner for the last 70 years. And she has been the backbone. Together, we have moved from strength to strength in serving the communities at large. It is very important because it makes life lighter. There is opportunity to share one another's views and to also question one another in how best we can offer the services. My wife was a very fine public relationship personnel with a wonderful sense of humor and She just loved people, which made it easier for the work to progress. Without her, I think I would have had a very hard battle. And I am now. I need somebody in the younger generation to come in and give support. There's one very, very important factor which I need to express, that God has been the center of all our actions. Without God, our success would have been unsuccessful. And so we praise God above all for what He has done. Many things have happened. God performed those miracles for us to make it happen. Thank you.